Ladies and gentlemen, every single month I do a fundraiser to keep THORnews up and running, and we are now in the November 2021 fundraiser. If you would like to contribute, I got a snail mail, a PayPal, a Venmo, a CashApp, a Patron, and only $1,167 left to raise. All right, we got more bomb cyclones and solar storms on the way, and a cool down and then a heat up. So let's get ready. Anthony M. saying after the current cool down for the central and eastern U.S. moves out, it will warm up as a ridge builds in. But how long will the warm up last? Well, the GEFS has been showing a colder pattern, returning for the east by mid-month as the PNA builds in with a high latitude blocking. And that includes the Euro and the GFS showing yet another cyclone with incredible pressure falls early next week, just off the Pacific Northwest. The storm then filling as it slides into Washington, Oregon. These lows are extremely rare at this latitude, and we may be looking at 3 in just 3 weeks. So yep, get ready, Pacific Northwest, because it is about to get crazy. This brought to us by Michael Snyder. So basically what is kind of happening is you have your bomb cyclones or just storms or just atmospheric rivers moving into the Pacific Northwest, wave after wave after wave. And then over on the East Coast, you get these funky junky looking things that are going to try to hit the coast but probably won't. And models continue to show a pretty major storm around the 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th, and 15th of November. And so the weather in here may be kind of cool and kind of calm until then. But up on the coast here, you're going to get some weird activity and big storms. And then down here, you're going to be getting some heavy rain and storms. But if you look at it on the West Coast, you're definitely getting some increased activity. We're going to be talking heavy winds, snow, rain, which could lead to mudslides, landslides, and trouble for people in Canada. Alaska's gotten record snow over the last few days. Washington, Oregon, and North and Central California. We're talking some pretty crazy, rare, low bomb pressures moving in. Like that would be 964, which would put it at like a Category 2 hurricane strength or borderline Category 3. And this is just a 7-day precipitation total, and we're expecting quite a few storms in this region over the next 2 to 3 weeks. But check this out. Over here, you're seeing a lot of super duper heavy rain being kept off most of the land, which is wild. We've got the sun waking up, getting strong, and sending coronal mass ejections our way. A geomagnetic storm watch has been added beginning late on November 3rd. An earlier coronal mass ejection produced by AR 2887 in combination with a full halo coronal mass ejection produced a long duration M1.7 flare and is predicted to deliver a blow to Earth's geomagnetic field. And so yeah, when the sun acts weird, Earth weather acts weird, and people kind of lose their minds. This was brought to us by Solar Ham. And so, yeah, expect wild action and a bit of craziness. And so, if I usually give danger dates, and so we have a danger date around the 4th, we have a big danger date on the 10th, and then we have another danger date on the 16th. The 4th is the new moon, and then the 16th is the full moon, I think. But you can see here we've had some pretty good solar flares, M-class, a couple C-class. And this was a long duration one, man. We got 3 sunspots on the sun right now as the sun is waking up faster and stronger than almost anyone expected. We've got some freezy, oh my God, it's cold. And it'll be getting colder alerts for up in these areas. Yeah, the last big solar storm watch was a dud. And that's why I don't usually put a lot of stock in the storms. Like, they cause really cool auroras, which are like, oh wow, those are magnificent looking. And they may cause, mood shifts. But unless it's like an X-Class 38 flare, I don't think it's going to do a lot of damage or make a whole lot of difference. In the larger grand scheme of things, it's not something you got to worry about, and it's never really doomy unless it is, Hey, Texas, we may have some heavy rain coming to us over the next couple of days, and that also includes Oklahoma, Louisiana, parts of the South, and then you've got snow coming to kind of the Four Corners areas and up near Idaho and Montana and part of the Great Lakes. Mike's weather page knowing to let us know that we have a windy weekend on tap for the East Coast. Latest models here on Tropic Typic showing broad low attached to frontal boundary. Action starts Friday for Florida. Rain and storms are possible. Yeah, dude, it's a weird world after all. Look at that long duration. So yeah, dude, 2021 and 2020 will not go down as my favorite years of all time, but I would definitely like to survive them. I don't know about you. We got a lot of solar energy coming in, and so we will definitely continue to be on the lookout for earthquakes and volcanoes, because if you add an active sun combined with all the gas giants on the same side, that is a recipe for a lot of plate tectonic movement, in my opinion. You are totally allowed to disagree, because this is still America, and we're all allowed to have our opinions, no matter how good or bad. Here we're looking at precipitation totals through Thursday night using the NDFD. You can see the front moving southward across South Texas, and the precipitation takes it down to the coast. Talking about rainfall totals of 1 to 3 inches in a 24-hour period will be possible for some areas starting Wednesday morning. Brought to us by Radar Omega. Karina Eldon, the sun is at it again, giving us a nice halo CME associated with a long duration M1.6 flare from AR 12891. Seen in the SDO. So, yeah, the sun is definitely active and way more active than it was in 2019 or 2018. So that is cool, right? The monthly temperature outlook has been revised for November, and it says these parts are going to be above temperature, and these parts are going to be above temperature, and this is going to be about average. So says Eric Webb's graphic. But yeah, the storms that Mike's weather page was talking about, Eric Wolfeck is also mentioning them. Southeast beaches that were largely spared during the hurricane season. We'll see a significant coastal event during the end of the week. Wind, heavy rain. Hey, these coastal people are tough. They could probably handle it. The southern edge of a stationary front is forecast to bring showers and thunderstorms to much of the southern plains through Thursday morning. Here's a look at Geocolor satellite over the region today, along with the current view from the Cyclone port camera, Burlington, Kansas. James Spann, rapping, fall back, set your clock, back an hour, change, 2 a.m., Sunday. That was dumb. I'm sorry. Tried to be funny. Didn't work. It's almost like someone stuck our sense of humor in the pooper with a giant spiked fork. Man, at a time where I really need to be funny to help boost my fundraiser, I'm throwing the ball in the dirt. Eric Fisher, chilly this week, but wouldn't put away the golf clubs or hiking shoes yet. Looks like mild air will make a comeback next week. Yeah, dude, it's like almost 80 degrees again in Texas today. I want to go hang out with people in the Northeast, man. Or Autumn up in Illinois, she verified that it's cold. It's like 32 degrees there. Shout out to Autumn. Unseasonably cool weather is expected to persist to the central and eastern U.S. as surface high pressure dominates and draws cold air south. This cooler air mass will support sub-freezing nighttime low temperatures from the Ozarks eastward to the northeast through midweek. As I mentioned before, Alaska got a record amount of snow. We're talking, what is that? 28 feet? No, that can't be right. Maybe it is. 344 inches? That sounds like a lot of inches. That's what she said. But, the one major storm that keeps being drawn up is right around the 13th to the 16th. So right now, people are calling it GFS Fantasyland, but this storm will move over the entire United States. And how it bombs out as it leaves, nobody knows. But could we get our first kind of snowy nor'easter of the year? Maybe. Sleigh bells ring. Are you listening? Hey man, it is snowing in Gaylord land. So put on your booties. And can you believe it's almost Thanksgiving? The price of U.S. turkeys has nearly doubled in 2 years. Oh, no. I will be thankful and grateful if I make it to my 9-year THORnews anniversary on the 23rd and through the rest of the year, really. I'm grateful today. We're still hanging in there together. And I'm under some idea that spring 2022 will be much better than all this shit. Yeah, La Palma is still crazy, man. And it's still erupting. It is smoking just like a dragon and continues to do so. They were like, hey, man, holy crap, Jupiter's spot is deep. Hey, I'm not making that up. Jupiter's temperate belt zone contrast revealed at depth by Juno microwave observations. Transitions in microwave brightness with depth may indicate that winds strengthen with depth down to Joviceline before decaying slowly at high pressures. Mushball precipitation. Man, can you imagine dying by getting hit by a mushball? How about imagine living by getting hit by a mushball? Oh, no, I'm trying too hard. This is Venus in the infrared. This is Iceland in the regular colors. All night long, all night long. Long duration solar flares, man. Hey, man, have you never seen Ceres? Tonight's a good time to try to see the plus 7.6 magnitude world using a nearby magnitude star Aldebaran as your guide. It's right there. I would go out, but I got glass on my foot. And so now I was walking a ton, and last month was like my most steps in years. But now I have glass on my foot. Eventually, the foot pushes it out. So the human body is an amazing thing. Holy wowzers, Empire Weather Consulting is letting us know that locally, half a foot of snow fell per reanalysis in western Nebraska the last 48 hours. Hey, they've been talking about stable coins and cracking down on them. So remember, I recommend getting out of crypto by like the second week of December. I've been saying that for a while because, like stable coins are only backed by like 3% of dollars. And the rest is like Chinese paper. We can talk about that later. But yeah, the auroras be kicking and things are strange. But this is Asteroid Fight Club. We were trained for this, man. So hang in there. And I will be hanging in there, saying my prayers, hoping for some fundraiser miracles. Because THORnews depends upon your contributions to pay all my bills and keep bringing y'all the Planetary Defense Commandering. So if you'd like to contribute to keep THORnews up and running, my November fundraiser only has $1,142 left to raise. I got a snail mail, a PayPal, a Venmo, a CashApp, a Patron. Nothing but love and appreciation and gratitude towards y'all. I would just like to say thank you again for everything in these almost 9 years of me being with y'all. Definitely thank you to JCR, DWP, the Texas Angel, the Wizard of Oz, Alexis, Lauren, Richard, Barbara, Glenda, Arnica, Light Soul, Dan, Marlita, Brian, Ann, KJ, Max, and everybody cool out there, man. It's wild, and it's going to get wilder, but then it's going to be cool in 2022. That is my prediction, so let's all hang around and make it through the worst of the worst so that we can celebrate together in 2022. But, hey, I could be wrong, and then in 2022, you could be like, hey, no way, man, everything just got worse. I don't think that's going to be the case, though, because a lot of times my predictions hit the bullseye, but I'm not perfect. No one is. If you were perfect, they'd probably crucify you. Anyways, stay cool. God bless everyone. Have a great day. And yeah, if you could contribute, it would be greatly appreciated. I give my all to y'all to be the best Planetary Defense Commander ever. Okay, great. Have a great night.